F1 heads to the USA for the third time in 2023 as the first visit to Las Vegas in 4 decades beckons. The match-hyped Las Vegas Grand Prix is taking over the famous Nevada city with the brand new street circuit encompassing the iconic strip as part of its 6.2 kilometre layout. Neon lights, expensive tickets, surprisingly cool temperatures, a 10 PM local start time, a small country's GDP as a marketing budget await. But will F1's high-stakes gamble hit the jackpot in entertainment? We'll know after 50 laps on Sunday morning of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Plenty of unknowns around the race, with the sport coming a long way since the 1981 and 1982 trips for the two instances of the Caesars Palace GP. Thankfully, the poorly designed track in Caesars Palace is a bad memory, and the organisers are instead taking over the central Las Vegas for 3 days of actions. Whether this leads to better racing isn't yet known, but the spectacle of F1 cars hurtling past the world-famous casinos will be an incredible sight. The track length makes the second longest circuit on the calendar, only built by Spa, yet the jury's out on whether the right angles and DRS straights can generate the same affinity for fans for the annual run around the Ardennes Forest. Nonetheless, we should see high speeds and intense battling as teams rely on the grid to outdo each other in what's been a Red Bull dominating season. But a step into the unknown isn't only a problem for the 20 drivers. Pirelli has no real life data to draw from, and will hope to see the three softest compounds C3, C4 and C5 deliver the best performance on this all new circuit. The long straights will lead to the tyre warm-up challenge for drivers, so getting the best preparation during Friday qualifying will be critical. Additional circumstances unique to this weekend further complicate matters. The chilly night temperatures have led to imposing higher minimum tyre pressure than usual to combat lack of air. Furthermore, a lack of support racing and the public having access to streets during the day will impact the grip and track elevation over the weekend. The tyres have a lot of work to do, but Verstappen's incredible season means he's the obvious name to beat. The new circuit may prove a stumbling block to the world champion, but there's been very little thrown at Dutchman and he hasn't conquered this year. Nonetheless, Vegas, right angle corners and street circuits is akin to Baku and Singapore, 2 of the 3 races that Verstappen lost. If Red Bull isn't in a class of its own in Vegas, there's no shortage of hopefuls. Mercedes face their prospects of the first win of the season 2011, with Hamilton and Russell only having 2 rounds to correct that. Ferrari is the only non-Red Bull team to have taken Grand Prix victory this season, with McLaren boasting a single sprint win too. Could Carlos Sainz or Oscar Piastri be in line to cross the line, cross the checkered flag first? Who knows? But yeah, set your in-line times this year in Europe early. In the UK time, we've got qualifying on the air at 7 a.m. for an 8 a.m. start, and the race starts at 6. So yeah, it's going to be an early one. F1 might be racing in the desert, but with the drivers facing a chilling challenger, with forecast sessions expected to be around 8 to 13 degrees, obviously being in the winter and so cold and so late at night. And moving on then to the press conference on Thursday and everything surrounding it, because we had one of those great big opening ceremony things, which Max Verstappen was less than impressed about. Fernando Alonso surprisingly was more impressed. I thought maybe he'd fall on Max Verstappen's side, but no, Max Verstappen saying he felt like a clown and stuff like that. To be honest, I don't totally disagree with him. If I was a driver, I'd just want to drive the car and without all of that stuff. But kind of comes with the job. He's getting paid a lot of money, so yeah, I can kind of see where F1 are coming from. But yeah, that's kind of the main talking point around the paddock on Thursday. And in FP1, how can we say this? A hugely embarrassing start to the weekend for F1. We only got about 10 minutes into the session when drain hole cover came up. It damaged car 31 of Esteban Ocon. He's having a change chassis, and Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari as well. His chassis, suspension, etc. is totally smashed up. And yeah, put an early end to the session and possibly an early end to the day. I don't quite know when I'm recording it. But yeah, an absolute embarrassment for F1 on their first trip to Las Vegas. And yeah, that needs to be sorted out as soon as possible. In practice too at Vegas, it was the Ferraris who looked the fastest, with Leclerc topping the timing sheets. And yeah, obviously after the fast of FP1, it was good to see the session go off pretty smoothly. Ridiculously late times. I think it's 2:30am till 4, just absolutely mental. But yeah, it all looks quite tight here. Not a massive amount you can read into it. Obviously the track's going to ramp up massively. Strip's going to be open again tonight. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But Ferrari looking strong. It's just a shame that for some reason Sainz has a 10-place grid penalty because they couldn't put the track together properly, which seems a bit mental to me, but there we go. And finally, before I go, my predictions for this weekend. Despite everything that's going to be thrown at Max Verstappen, all the different challenges that come with a new race, I still can't see him being defeated here. I'm going to say it'll be a pole and a win for Max Verstappen. And yeah, I'm going to say in second place, I'm going to say Charles Leclerc. I think, with long straights, could be similar to Monza, the face at Ferrari showed down there. Baku as well, kind of a similar circuit. So yeah, I'm going to say he'll come second. And Perez has shown an upturn in form recently. say, and he's going to come third, I'll say. But anyway, guys, that's it really. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. It's also for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.